Okay, the next topic is designing the knowledge management blueprint. So here the knowledge developer is given the responsibility to design the blueprint for the project based on the existing IT infrastructure or the knowledge management infrastructure available with the company. So, and other responsibilities of the knowledge developer is to finalize the scope of the proposed knowledge management system, deciding the necessary system components, uh, and along with the necessary system components, the necessary persons which are involved in the project or the knowledge management system. So, and how they are interrelated with the knowledge developer, what are the key layers of the knowledge management architectures which are required to meet the organization's requirements for the project. These layers are user interface layer, security layer, collaborative agents, application layers, transport layers, repositories, etc. So we have studied about this knowledge management architecture in details in the previous unit. So now we will focus on the knowledge developer role. So we can study this and understand this better with the help of a case study of the project. So, and that project can be the preparation of e-content for a course. Okay. So, uh, although the knowledge management company or corporation may include the schools, colleges, coaching centers, universities, etc. But we are now here focusing on the e-content development of the course, which is more similar or more akin to the publishing house, which is a knowledge management company, or it can be related to some coaching center who develops their own contents. Okay, so here are the different components in the block diagram which are connected to the knowledge developer. So this knowledge developer is the key architect for the completion of the project. It coordinates with the each and every component. So first of all, we should understand who the knowledge developer is. So knowledge developer can be considered as a manager of the company, or you can say it is doing the job of a compiling. Okay? So it is connected with the different components. First is the knower. So this knower can be understood as a author who wants to develop the e-content or who wants to publish a book with the help of this company. So what he will provide? He will provide the knowledge in the form of manuscripts. Okay, in the form of in the handwritten notes and including numericals, diagrams, etc. So what is he expecting from the this publishing house? He is expecting to first of all type them, print them, publish them, go for the ISBN or ISSN numbers, go for the copyright details and designing part, front page part, and internal contents, designing, segregating the contents into different units. So what this author will provide, it will provide the manuscripts and ask them to prepare the book based on say CBSE syllabus. Okay. So now this knowledge developer is also connected with this knowledge worker. So who is this knowledge worker? So it he can be a simple clerk or a typist with the low level of knowledge based on his qualification. He can be a 10 plus 2 passed person or a simple graduate, or he can be a programmer, or he can be a say BSc graduate. It means that he can be a low level or high level based on his intellectual skills, and based on his intellectual skills he will perform accordingly. So how knowledge developer is connected to knowledge worker? The knowledge developer gives the prototypes to knowledge worker. He gives the formats, different formats to the knowledge workers. He also gives the manuscripts which has been fetched from knower to knowledge worker so that he can type. Okay, also he will provide the softwares, publishing tools to the knowledge worker, and also he will ask them how he has to name the files, where he has to save the files, and he also wants that based on the work performed by the knowledge worker on the daily basis, he should give the feedback to him. Okay, so this how this knowledge worker is performing based on his qualification. For example, if he is +2 student from arts background or BA from the arts background, and the author wants his book to be published for mathematics 11th class or 12th class. So how he will behave? For example, if the author has given some exclamatory sign, so the knowledge worker will understand that as a exclamatory sign. He might be thinking that there is some astonishing things or story in the manuscripts. So the author has used that exclamatory sign. But the truth is that the high level knowledge worker, for example, programmer or BSc based, that person can understand that this symbol stands for factorial. Okay. So based on the intellectual skills knowledge worker perform. So the knowledge developer will also ask that knowledge worker that in which format he should save. For example, if he is working on unit 1, he might ask him that okay, you have to save the file as unit 1 underscore mathematics underscore class 11 underscore date, say 16th October, today's date. Okay. So what is his role? This is the role. First of all, it will help him monitor the task performed by him on the daily basis. For example, he is having the 16th October file and 15th October file, so he can compare them. Ki what is the amount of job has been done? How many pages he has more typed? Okay. So again, the software, the knowledge developer provides he provides the specialized publishing softwares. For example, he might provide Adobe PageMaker or Adobe FrameMaker, because what these publishing softwares can do, simple editors or text typewriters cannot do. MS Word cannot be used. Why? Because these publishing softwares can be used for simple writing, equation writing, and also drawing the images. So all the basic functions which are required for publishing are there. Okay, and also when we have to arrange those equations, mathematical functions are to be inserted. It is having more functionalities, and also when the symmetric arrangement is to be done, you must have observed while browsing through a mathematics book that all the equal to marks are placed one above the other. Okay, so it is not that that knowledge worker or typist is using space bars time and again for to go for that symmetry. It is not there. They use special button, shrink wrap, etc., so that that symmetric arrangement can be done automatically. Okay, so next is this knowledge base. So what is this knowledge based? How it can be understood? It can be understood as a collection of hard copy and soft copy. Hard copy, hard copies of books. It can have a some library in which some books are kept. Reference websites are there in a soft form. There can be some magazines, hard copy, soft copy, both. Previous year questions papers can be there. Previous year's assignments can be there. So these are the knowledge base, and also this knowledge base is used to store the daily work. Okay. So after receiving the feedback or the file from knowledge worker, knowledge developer can go for the testing either himself or from his team, so that the tested version is stored in the knowledge base. So this storage again can be a hard disk where daily storage is being done, or it can be some cloud space. Okay, and some backup is also taken on say pen drive, etc. Similarly, the knowledge worker will also deposit his daily work on the knowledge base. One arrow is coming from knowledge worker to knowledge base, you can see. And also you can see that two arrows are going from the knowledge base to the knowledge worker. So it suggests that there is an interactive interface between the knowledge worker and the knowledge base. So knowledge worker can fetch these previous year question papers, magazines, books, reference website, etc. for his help. Okay. So now we come to the relationship between the knowledge developer and the champion. So who the champion is, we have already discussed in the unit 1 also. He is some influential person in the company who by his influence can make the things done, and he is also having some financial power to recruit the specialized people and also invest on the infrastructure. Okay, so you can also say that is a sort of facilitator. Okay, so there may be a, or he can also be a some director or owner of that publishing house. That is also quite possible. So daily progress reports are to be sent by the knowledge developer to this champion. Okay, so and we have taken the example of one subject and one author. There can be different subjects, say physics, chemistry, maths, biology, English, etc., whose e-content is being developed for class 11th and class 12th. So knowledge developer will give the daily progress reports that how much how much amount of work is done, what is the projections for the next day, and also he might give the demos to the champion, you can say some twice a week. Okay, so that the champion may assess the things, that in which direction we are moving and how far it is completed. Okay, so and also one arrow is coming from the champion to the knowledge developer because of his facilitator. He may act as a facilitator. So knowledge developer may ask him, he might ask that, okay, that physics typist or knowledge worker is not there, he is on leave or he is on sick, he is sick. So provide me the alternative. Okay. And secondly, the testing is to be done when some a good amount of work is being typed. So then that work may go for the proofreading. So that proofreader is to be provided by that same champion person. So or that printed content may send by a courier or personal visit to his home. Okay, by sending some person to his home. So all these administrative powers are vested with this champion, and he might use according to his needs. So then comes the testing of the knowledge management system. So when we are talking of the testing, we are mainly concerned with the two procedure. First is the verification process. It ensures that the system is right, which means that the for example, this project might be on the app based project or it can be a website based project. So if it is app based project, every link, every button is functional or not, if we are using some touch screen on mobiles, or if it is on the website, every link is working or not, it is giving the output or not. Second is the validation process. This validation process ensures that the system is the right system. Not only that it is giving the output, it is giving the right output. For example, a website is developed for the coaching of IIT preparation and medical preparation. So if the student is from the PCB background, he should fetch the physics, chemistry, and if he is from IIT preparation, he will fetch the mathematics data extra. And if he is from the biology or preparing for medical, so he will fetch the biology contents. Okay, so right thing should be given or served to the right person. Next is the implementation of the system. So after the preparation of this knowledge management system, it is to be implemented or it is to be uploaded on the platform which is desired. So next is the quality assurance. So in the quality, which we mean that first of all, we have tested that project for, you can say, on the client side. But if when it is uploaded on the websites, it is to be tested again, because some of the links might work very well when we are working on the client side. But if we are working on the server side or on the website, some of the links might not work because of the path which is being provided may not be accurate. Okay, and other reasoning errors, typing mistakes, ambiguity, not giving the correct results, incompleteness, for example, some link is not complete, and false representation, etc. All these quality issues are being taken care of. Next is the training users. So that company should provide the training whose duration and level depends upon the user's level and the knowledge, user's knowledge level. For example, nowadays the white hat junior, they are giving the students, school going students, the knowledge of preparing the app to class 7 student, 8, 9, 11, 12, etc. So the way in which they are training the class 7 student might be different from that of class 11th, because when a student is in class 7, he might have undergone the PC or taken some computer knowledge while working on MS Word, Excel, PPT, or at most some paintbrush, but not have gone in deep enough. Okay, so he is to be taken or treated in a different manner. And again, duration, so his duration might be different from that of the class 11 student. And second is the system attributes, whether the student is working on the PC or on any app, so that is different. And also if he is working on the PC, which operating system he is working on, whether it is a GUI based Microsoft MS DOS or Linux, Sun Solaris, etc. So, so whether that project or website is compatible with all operating system, it is to be tested, and based on that, the training should be imparted. So again, the level of the user, because some of the users may be novices or they may be very fresh, and few may be the experts, and few may be just the customers who are anxious enough to go for the new things. And also the training should be supported by the user manuals, explanatory facilities, job ads, touch screen, etc. Managing change. So whenever a new knowledge management system is developed, as we have studied in the previous unit also, there are few members within the organization who tend to resist that change. So, and what are those resistors? Who are those resistors? How they can be identified? All these we have studied in the previous unit. So we are not going to repeat here again. Again, this post system evaluation, this part is also covered in the previous unit, that whether it is cost effective or not, and justify the cost of environment or not. This we have studied earlier. And next is the implication for the knowledge management. So organization must be make a commitment that user training will be provided to building this system, and cost benefit analysis is to be done. And that domain experts, the person who are directly involved in the preparation of that project or knowledge management system, he should be recognized and rewarded enough. And based on the long term strategic planning, the things or activities should be taken to retain those experts. And some questions regarding the maintenance is also to be answered, that who will be taken care, who will be the in charge of the maintenance. Okay, so if something goes wrong or if some functionalities are not there, it is good that if the person who are involved in the development of that project, if they are given the responsibility directly, that is very good. But otherwise, some maintenance specialists are required, and they are to be trained based on the skills, so that they can ensure the quality of that system. And also when the training part is being considered, for example, those uh, specialists are being trained, who is going to fund those maintenance projects? Is it the company who is paying them, or they are self sponsored basis? So that is to be taken care. Next is the managing knowledge workers. So we have discussed about the knowledge workers, who they are and what they are responsible for. So they convert those knowledge into a explicit knowledge, so that it can be taken care by everyone. And he should be aware of the organization culture. He should be innovative and creative, so that he can do the same job in less time. And if he is aware of the organization culture, he will again be the motivated, because if he knows that if he is, say there is an organization culture, that if the work is being performed before time, he will get rewarded. If such is the system, so he will be motivated to do the job assigned to him before time. Okay, so all these things are to be taken while managing the knowledge workers.